Let's talk about the flooring industry for just a minute. Now, I want you to imagine that you just bought some brand new flooring and it's time to get it installed. Let me ask you a question. Which installer of these two would you choose to install your brand new carpet or hardwood? Can you tell the difference between them? Both look good. They may be articulate. They're both going to tell you they're awesome. So how can you tell which one to choose? How does a flooring store know when they have to bring in a new installer? The bottom line is, they don't. Regularly, flooring stores have to deal with installers who are unprofessional, don't communicate well, have a bad attitude, dress sloppy, don't know how to treat the customer. Maybe they don't show up on time and cause problems that way, or they lack the needed skill to do the job right, or maybe take shortcuts in their work so they can finish quick. Well, the core of the problem is a diluted installer market made up of independent subcontractor installers. Now, almost every flooring store uses subcontractor installers. And because they're independent, well, of course, they all tell you that they're great. And are they? Well, who knows? Because right now, there's no way to differentiate between installers up front. And so a store's going to interview a guy, they're going to try to find out everything they can about this installer, but when it's said and done, the store literally has to roll the dice every time they bring in a brand new installer. And unfortunately, many times, it ends in disaster. Now, here's the kicker. See, these flooring installers are the last ones to touch the customer for that retail flooring operation. So if we look at a typical buying cycle, store may do a great job selling to customers. They have a beautiful showroom made with plenty of selection. But if the installer is a problem, if he's deficient in some way, and guess what? That dramatically affects future business to that store. Plus, the retailer's left to fix the problem with that customer. Well, that installer simply moves on down the street to work for the next unsuspecting retailer with impunity. That new store knows nothing about his history. He knows nothing about it, so it's only a matter of time before this problem repeats itself again. This is by far the #1 problem in the floor covering industry. Now, Installerpool was designed to effectively address these installer issues. Installerpool is a subcontractor installer management system that's designed to hold independent subcontractor installers accountable for their performance, provide a history of their working practices, and allow flooring retailers the ability to rate installers after every job. Now, what this does is this creates a system where your good installers rise to the top. Your average and your poor installers, well, they show through for being average or poor. It's a filtering system. But at the same time, we're creating a resume for installers, if you will, give them credibility. Because now this installer doesn't have to say he's good. This is how he's been rated by other flooring stores. Now, since we launched January of this year, Installerpool has literally exploded across the nation. We have over 7,000 installer members on in all 50 states and into Canada. Industry giants, Mohawk and Shaw Industries, have partnered with us. Now, they're the 2 leading flooring manufacturers in the world. They've partnered with us to help bring Installerpool to their dealers. We've been endorsed by the World Floor Covering Association. We've been featured in numerous flooring magazines such as Floor Focus and Solutions Now. So a big question you may have. How much does it cost a flooring store? How about free? No, in fact, we're going to pay them to use it. Our revenue comes from a small transaction fee that's charged directly to the installer for accepting work through Installerpool.com. Now they can join for free. It doesn't cost installers a thing. They can take advantage of all the great service and organizational tools that we provide installers. And the only time they'll ever be charged is when they accept a job directly brought to them through Installerpool.com. Then we're going to charge a 5% transaction fee. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take 20% of that money and we're going to pay it directly back to that flooring store that scheduled that installer. We're going to provide incentives for them to schedule all their work through Installerpool.com. Finally, we're going to take 3% of that money and we're going to pay it directly back to installer education, helping installers become better, helping them become certified, and then rewarding them with incentives for becoming and maintaining a 5-star rating. Now, as far as competition, we feel our biggest competition comes from flooring stores' resistance to adopt new technology, because this is a problem. Many dealers still use antiquated scheduling methods such as whiteboards, desk calendars. Many aren't skilled in the use of computers for scheduling. There's also a couple of flooring-specific software companies, most notably RFMS and Q-Floors, that specialize in accounting, in inventory, and B2B solutions specifically for the floor covering industry. However, neither of these offer a service similar to Installerpool, and in fact, we've been approved for integration with both companies. Now, our management team is led by people with a strong background in the flooring industry. Our CTO, Jared Johnson, has 15 years experience in retail floor covering and really knows how to effectively translate flooring industry solutions to technical specifications. Sam Allman, one of our key advisors, is an absolute icon in the flooring industry. Sam operates a successful training and consulting business. He's a member of the National Speakers Association, and he's authored several books about how to be successful in the floor covering business. Mohawk commissioned him to build a learning organization for them, and he built Mohawk University, now a top 10 training university, ranked ahead of organizations such as Microsoft, Verizon, McDonald's, and Best Buy. Our development is handled by Doug Batchelor. Now, Doug has significant experience as a senior level executive in technology with an exceptional record of building enterprise transforming applications, serving as a CTO, a CIO, and a COO for several large successful companies. He's been involved in raising venture capital, and he's successfully exited several companies, including Single Point Financial, which he founded and sold for $20 million, representing a 400% return in only 3 years. So we've got a great team. Now, our financial projections are based on our signing on only 1,200 dealers in the first year. But based on these numbers, we're going to reach profitability in year one with over $4.5 million in sales and over $42 million in gross revenue in year three with a 65% net profit. I know what you're thinking. Typical hockey stick, right? Here's why it's not. Here's why these numbers are very reachable. Let's break this down to just one single store. Let's say a small store only uses 4 installers on a regular basis. Now let's say that these installers only make $769 a week. Now keep in mind, this is gross earnings before they pay their helpers or anything like that. Based on this store is going to generate $667 in revenue per month or $8,000 in revenue over the course of the year. Now just for scheduling their jobs through Installerpool, this store is going to make back $134 every single month. So not bad based on these numbers. So now it just simply becomes a matter of duplicating the process. And really when you look at it, we need only a small fraction of the flooring stores in the United States to be financially successful. According to Info USA, there's 49,642 flooring retailers in the United States alone. Now our projections are based on our signing on only 1,200 dealers, as we mentioned in year one. And if you look at this, I mean, you can see there's a tremendous amount of growth in the United States alone, as we'll have captured only a tiny percentage of our market. Now we're looking to secure $360,000 in funding. And you can see some of the milestones we've achieved and some we've set for ourselves over the next 3 years. Our business plan calls for adding 5 regional sales reps each year over the next 3 years to call directly on flooring stores, show them how easy it is to use the system, and how they can make money using it. So now the million-dollar question. Did you guess right? Let's take another look at both installers through Installerpool.com. Suddenly it becomes easy to see which installer is good and which one you wouldn't want installing your carpet or your hardwood. So if you guessed the installer on the right, then you guessed right. But even better than that, with Installerpool.com, you don't have to guess. Thank you for your time and attention.